He did it. He really did it.
Shoot, I'm gonna put y'all on game. This is super simple. When you miss the trade at this blue line, going back to sleep. Like, there's catching it to get to like 90 and stuff like that, but now you're gonna get just dragged up the whole time. Just wait till it finishes hitting the roof or wherever it's going and then try to get the correction. Like, you could have caught the roof right here. I'm not even gonna try to count this as the roof because honestly on the 15-minute it can go so much higher. So what we're looking for now is this blue line. So this blue line is the new level that I'm trying to get to. As you can see, my first blue line that I had set down here, we hit perfectly. So now I'm going to move that on over. That's still going to be the placeholder for the blue line in the future. But we're just going to keep on sliding to the right here. And then I can actually stretch this one out a little bit. Skadoosh. And what's happening is this is our range, right? This is the tunnel that we're trading inside of. And I missed my entry. It would have been at, what is that, 10 something? I was awake or whatever, but I was playing with like my daughter. So I missed my entry. We ran the full range. Now we're halfway. I would never take a trade from halfway in this range. On average, I want full range trades. I don't want this particular $6 range trade because at any point in time, this can break out. Like right now we're holding right here, but what you're seeing is it's sneaking up a little bit more every time. So you don't want to be in the range holding a trade when it can break out to the upside. This is showing more positivity than negativity. So if I knew that we were going to fall off of that 200 EMA for the 15-minute, then I would go ahead and take a trade to the downside. But obviously we're above it on the 5-minute and we're quite a bit above it on the 1. But we are trending towards the upside and approaching 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to let this next 20 seconds play out so that we can see what happens there. But we are in an uptrend, so I can't take a counter trade trend right now. I would have had to take a counter trade trend way back here at 1 or 2 o'clock. Give it the 3 seconds. And there you go. There you go. You see what just happened, right? How we popped up $2. Why did I know that was going to happen? Experience with my stock. I could have taken that trade from right there, but like I said, I would want to get in down here at the 49.98. I don't want to get into a trade where I'm taking the trade from the top of the thing here, even though I know that this is going to run for several more dollars and that we're finally going to break out. These 2 wicks here told you that we were breaking out. This third one right here showed you where we were going because of how close we were to 3 o'clock. Now we've broken out. I could have taken that trade to the upside from there, and I would be up anywhere between $300 and $3,000 depending on how much I invested. That's it. I'm going to bed. How do I know it's going to happen? I don't know. It happens all the time. I just keep watching it happen, and then I record it in my mind, and then later on, it's going to play out the exact same way. How did I know that this is going to break above this? Well, you got the sample at 2:30 in the morning that, hey, we're going a little bit higher. If this would have just stayed dead even, then we would have known that the resistance was too strong. But you got the example at 2:30 in the morning. Then you came back to the exact same level there. But here is the key. You never broke back down to the 200 EMA, right? You stayed right here in this area, which showed you that your support level had moved up. So now that your support level's moved up, the stock can move up. And here we are at 301, pushing up. The support level's moved up. So now this is the new level of support, and we're going to go from there. One last video just to confirm that I was correct about my analysis, right? So we popped off from right there. We ran up. We did what? We pulled back a little bit. We stopped right here. We formed a new level of support. We ran up some more. We're doing the exact same thing. We're going to rinse and repeat until we get back to where? Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. What are we reaching for? Refresh the screen. That blue line. First level's right here. We're going to stop. It's going to pull back some. The next level's right here. It's going to stop. It's going to pull back some. Let's see if we can find the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame is actually above my blue line, but we haven't been that high yet. So we're going to keep stretching until we finally reach the 1 hour time frame. All these lines here are just when we finally get back up to the high. We're nowhere near that right now. We're way down. But we're doing the exact same thing. We trend it down. We pull it up. We trend it down. We pull it up. We trend it down. We pull it up. But now we're just pulling back up. This was the bottom. Now we're going up. You've seen that we went up. Pull it back down, and now we can go ahead and go up. It's charged up as much as it needs to pop all the way out of there. If you look at this, we were way down at like 13 RSI a couple of times. Now we're popping on out of there, heading back up towards the upside. Eventually we'll get back to up here. Who knows when that can be. But like I was saying, if I'm doing swings, I'm looking at like a 550, and I'm just sitting there with a 550 for whenever we break through that area. So now I want to take a quick second to show you like the money aspect of this. Like how much could I have made had I taken this trade from each point, right? And we're going to start at right here, limit order, buy order. So now we're pulling right back down to this area before. We have a new level of resistance right here at 509. Let's say we would have got in at the 504 and went up to the 509 with one contract. 504 going up to 509. $250, right? Okay, add 2 contracts, $500. 4 contracts, $1,000. So in that $5 move, we would have made $1,000. Where I go in is 10 contracts, but we'll do $1,500 for 6. 10 contracts from the top of that move, $2,500. So from here to there, $2,500. I would have had it set to 3,000, so I would have got in right here, right at about $3,000 would have been this point right here. Let me actually go ahead and push this up to 3,000. So $3,000 from 04 would have been exactly 10. And since I would have saw that we rejected off of that, I would figure that this next candle is going to push up to there anyway. So we're eventually going to hit the 10. So I would have made $3,000 on that trade. But let's go ahead and reduce it the nickel. Kick it a quarter down, 28.75. Kick it another quarter down, because as soon as it would have rejected, I would have been kicked out. So 27.50, who cares? Same difference. If I would have went in with 15 contracts, because I was super confident about that move, $4,100. If I go max contracts, which is a rare occasion, but $7,425. You know, so no matter how you swing it, if you do 2 contracts, getting $550. If you go big boy 4 contracts, get $1,100. 10 contracts, crazy, $2,750. You know, you can make money fairly quickly off of simple analysis. But that call, just that call alone, could have made me almost $3,000 this morning. I want to stop, but I feel like this is important to note. A deep understanding of support and resistance. Your support is here. Your stop, your stop hunt is this wick right here. So they're stop hunting, go back in the proper direction. But your support level is here. Why? Because of this first wick right here. This first wick on the pullback formed the actual support level. It showed you where the support level was. That's why you have this blue box here that says that you have a gap or a volume imbalance, because your support is now trucked to that point. So 1, 2, 3, you're hitting there, stop hunt, and then back up. Pull back down to the support level, going up further. Now we should go ahead and pull back up to this area here after we get another pullback, and it's just going to be the same thing. We're basically going to run this exact same pattern right here, up here. And just so you guys know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where I live. So now you have a resistance level right here. We're almost to the resistance level. We pulled back. We went right back up. We pulled back. We went right back up. Once we break this 55.10, we can go up even further. And it's elementary. It's elementary. Once you learn basic market structure, once you learn basic technical skills, stay out of the mess, get in from the bottom, ride it up to the top. Get in at the top, ride it down to your pullback or your resistance. And we just touched it. It's so elementary. But as a scalper, this is why I only trade on the 1 minute. There's no reason for me to go to any other time frame outside of looking where the 200 EMA is. And once we're above it, I don't need to look back at it. I just draw it out with the lines, or put like the line to the 200 EMA being way up here at 55.45. I can remember that in my head. And then we'll just keep pushing up. We're halfway. We're at the 50% point now, right? This is the point where it can reject and it can go back down to the 200 EMA to charge up for another move up. Slowly, these 200 EMAs are going to start to shift up towards the bottom of these candles here. And then you'll see, if I was to like minimize this, you see how it curves and it goes up and it goes down, and then it came way down here because that's where the new resistance level was. And then we took off from that resistance level. Same thing for the 1 minute. The 1 minute's just kind of on a curve straight up because we haven't reached the high. We were so far down that we haven't reached that level where we're supposed to be at. And then on the 15 minute, you're gonna have the same smooth curve where we're bouncing on it and bouncing off of it over and over again. But we have our new level of resistance right here at 5509.75. Once we hit 10, we'll be able to move up to a new level, which will be right here at about 5514.50. Nah, seriously though, this is the last one. Okay, so like I was saying about the resistance, we have to pull back down real quick so that we can gear up for the next move up. Since we found our resistance right there at 5509.70, 75, came up to it again, touched it at 50, pushed on back down. All of these are like valid trades that you can take, and on the 1 minute or whatever, they each take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. So we're kind of averaging about an 8-minute window. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes going the other direction. Stay out of the choppy one right there. If you don't get it off of the wick up, you're kind of like screwed if you don't take the exact next candle where it forms that equal low area, because then now you don't have to worry about it pulling back. But if it does ever pull back, obviously you'll be stopped out at the bottom of this wick because you'll have your stop loss on the bottom of that wick there, and then it just pushed up. So here you're looking at like 6 to 9. So you're just looking at like a $300 trade. And again, let's do it from 6 right there to, let's just go 9. We're not even gonna put in 950. Let's put in 5509. With 10 contracts, that's $1,500 because that's a $3 move. With 2 contracts, that's $300. With 4, obviously that's 6. With 6, obviously that's 9. With 15, obviously that's $2,250. And then with maximum contracts, it's $4,050. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I know. But you can do the exact same thing off of a $3 move that you can do on a $10 move. Okay, I lied. I just want to show you I'm not crazy. Okay, so remember how I said at 55, once we broke 55.10, we would go where? 55.14. Here we are at 55.14. We just broke it to 55.15.25. Came right back down to 55.14. So, what is that? 30 minutes? Let's take the beginning of our trade from 55.04. And put it at 55.14. $13,500 if I take the trade in 30 minutes. Let's go 2 contracts. $1,000. 4 contracts, $2,000. 6 contracts, $3,000. 8 contracts, $4,000. It's going to be the same thing. 10 contracts, $5,000. It obviously goes up $1,000 every 2 contracts, right? 15 contracts, $7,500. And now we pull back. Just like I said we would. We hit that resistance area right here. We met it exactly. And now we pull back. It's so simple. It's so simple, the technical analysis. The real problem is being in the trade and trusting your analysis.